with
Started it all, didn't I? Gave him his fucking pro debut. What did I do then?
If he beats Tommy Fury, first of all, do you think he'll beat Tommy Fury?
I've only watched Tommy Fury once in a UK show, beating a guy that I could have beaten, and you could have beaten as well. And then watched that last fight that he was in, that 4-round or whatever it was, which was absolute, like, it was the sparring guy, the guy who spars with Jake Paul. I mean, logic and hope would tell you that a professional boxer that boxed for a living and was also Tyson Fury's brother and has boxed all his life should never ever lose to Jake Paul. But Jake Paul is not horrific. Like, he's not. There's a lot of pro fighters worse than Jake Paul. I've seen them. I've had a lot of them on my shows with young kids coming through, you know. But it's just the most embarrassing thing if he loses that fight. I mean, and that's why it's quite. I feel like that fight's a lot bigger in the UK than it is in America. No one knows who Tommy Fury is in America. I don't actually think it will do great business there, but I think it's going to do good business in the UK. But he can't. I mean. The problem is, it's a ballsy move by Jake Paul, because if he beats him, he's really made a statement. But if Tommy Fury loses, he will. I mean, he's got to change his name or something. He shouldn't change his name. He should just go to a desert island somewhere and just stay there for life, because it would just be the most embarrassing thing. But I guess it's entertainment, isn't it? You know. At least it's a fight where you don't really know what's going to happen. I don't mind Jake Paul, what he's doing. He's taking it seriously. He's training. He's putting the sparring in. And I don't agree with all these comments like Javonte, where he says these guys, you know, it's not fair that they're earning all this money for fights, and you've got this other guy who's grinded his whole life and he's not getting the opportunities. Well, he ain't good enough, and he's not built a fan base like Jake Paul. So tough shit. Jake Paul's built the fan base, and he's very intelligent at what he does, and he's chose boxing. Didn't have to choose boxing. Could have chose OnlyFans.
The second to that, if Jake Paul beats Tommy Fury, which of your guys would you like to see fight and beat Jake Paul?
I'd have to have a go myself. You know, because someone's got to put an end to it. I'd probably get knocked out as well, actually, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I mean, I always thought Jake Paul, Conor McGregor, decent fight. You know, it's just the weight difference, isn't it? Was it £200 or 190 against 154? It's all a bit mental though, isn't it, really, the whole thing?